Football in the 2000s was perfect. Every now and again I like to go and watch the clips from the past and compare what really changed, and I can say everything changed. Okay, maybe that's too far, but when I look at the clips from the past, everything just looked more bright, more aesthetically pleasing, and everybody just looked better. I don't know whether it's the baggy t-shirts, I don't know whether it's the widescreen settings for watching the football games. I don't know, there's just something that is a lot different about football in the past, in those 2000 eras, and football now. I don't know whether it's just the footballers were better. Okay, Darwin Núñez versus R9, okay, that's quite a difference. But I don't know, it just felt different watching the games of the past, you know. And people may complain and say football's actually got better. People that watch the game looking at the past are boring. But I can't lie, when I watched those games from the past and watch the games now, it just felt better. It just looked better. It was so much more fast paced, and there was just more enjoyment to watching those players. You could even go down the leagues and start seeing, you know, poolers. It didn't matter if you were Bolton Wanderers, you had JJ Okocha in your team. If you went to Bolton Wanderers nowadays, you wouldn't even find a player half as skillful as JJ Okocha. That's the same with Lee Trundle, a player who used to lurk in the Championship era, was an absolute baller too, skillful. Now if you go to the Championship, you'd be lucky to find anybody as skillful as he was. But then again, maybe I am one of those people that are a nostalgia merchant, always looking to the past and never to the present and the future. But it just felt as though every single thing about the 2000s era was better. We had multiple Ballon d'Or winners back then. It didn't matter if you were R9, Ronaldinho or Kaká, you had a Ballon d'Or for yourself. It didn't matter if you were a centre-half, Cannavaro, you were given a Ballon d'Or too. Everything just was perfect. Everybody had an opportunity to show what they were worth. There were different winners of the Champions League. The era just had something else about it. And maybe I'm just salty that this era now has Manchester City, who didn't actually exist back in the 2000s. Hopefully we can go back to that soon. Only joking, City fans, and that's even if they're watching this video. But anyway, yeah, everything just seemed better back then. Like, no Manchester Cities. Tottenham, you actually won a trophy during that era. I know, shock horror. Incoming photo of Tottenham Hotspur winning actual silverware. But yeah, the 2000s era just was exciting. I don't know, it puzzles me sometimes when I look at the clips from the past and the clips now, and I look at the players of the past and the players now. It just seemed like the 2000s had every single team having a good player in it. If you were Portugal, you had Figo and Ronaldo in your team. If you were England, you had Gerrards, the Lampards in your team. Even if you were Spain, you had so much quality. Argentina had quality there. Every single national team, the Netherlands had quality too. It did not matter. Everybody had a chance at anything. And now everything's just structured. And it kind of got me thinking as well, is it the managers? Is the managers that we have now just way worse than they were back then? Because you had 2004 Mourinho's Porto. Might have got the date wrong for their Champions League win, but you had Mourinho's Porto, you had Guardiola back then, Arsene Wenger was in his prime, Sir Alex Ferguson was in his prime. Everything was just incredible back then. And now we've got managers like Gareth Southgate. Mourinho is now washed, and it just doesn't make sense now. Football just doesn't feel the same as the 2000s. The 2000s were just so perfect. But anyway, that's just my view on football. Let me know your thoughts. Do you feel like football has changed drastically and the 2000s were as good as I'm making it out to be? Anyway, if you did enjoy, make sure you have liked and subscribed. And until next time, peace.